There once was a man named Gold Roger, who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo!
Yeah, yo, folks. Welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from... I'm on the run because the homelanders, they're gonna get me. They know I'm against Vought, so I'm on hiding because that's right, folks. We are talking about the season 4 finale, episode 8 of The Boys. That's right, The Boys concludes its 4th season with, goodness gracious, dare I say, probably their best episode this season. And goodness gracious, dare I say, they left us with a lot to contemplate between now and the final season of The Boys, that being season 5. So goodness, we're here to talk about what they left for us here while we're on the run. So yeah, goodness. With me as always is DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, are you on the run from Vought? Are you out here killing enemies of Vought?
You only gotta be on the run if you're a starlighter and a traitor to this wonderful soup nation. Are you a traitor?
I don't know. Gotta go. That's the world they want.
It is. Very interesting place we were left off with in The Boys. However, the journey matters as much as the destination. So we'll talk about it.
Sure thing. We're not alone in our out on the lam here. Let's see who else is joining, or maybe they're hunting. Let's see who else. All right, Miss Bad, are you on the run, Miss Bad?
I'm not on the run. I left a long time ago with A-Train.
Wow.
I knew where this was going.
Very smart, very astute of you.
Where did A-Train go again? Belize?
We don't know. No. MM's family went to Belize.
Oh, okay.
A-Train got his family though, and they got out. So
I'm safe.
Okay, you're safe.
That's the
We're
way
all
to go.
currently safe. Let's be wary about what we talk about on this podcast. We never know if the firecrackers are listening and how they might misconstrue our words. But let's kick it off like this. Again, I already said I think it's the best episode of the season. Maybe it's because they gave it that finale flair, but I really enjoyed a lot of things that happened here. I like how we culminated a lot of these stories. Now, with that said, did I have problems with these stories throughout the season? So where I'm just glad it's finally wrapped up here? Absolutely. But I would say, yeah, this finale was a nice little bow. And I've been saying it too. This season has felt like a setup season. And I feel, given how it ended, I stand by that. Which leads me to want more from season 5. But that's where I'm at with this finale. Where y'all at with the finale? Just the finale, not the whole season, but where your head's at?
I think the finale was good. I need to emphasize it's about the journey. The destination was like, I'll admit it had that finale flair. I think it delivered on a lot of the resolutions to a lot of those smaller stories that you were mentioning. You had some twists, you had some deaths, you had some big revelations, you had some appearances for the connectivity. It had all the checked marked boxes for a finale. This felt like a finale. So as a finale, in an isolated bubble, I felt like it delivered. But even with that finale on its own, I think there were some parts that didn't make sense. And I imagine we'll get to it as we talk about like the characters and certain plot threads. But I'll give it a pass on the finale. Sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed the finale. I will say it left me wanting like a lot more, and I kind of wish like I don't like cliffhangers, and I feel like it kind of left on a huge cliffhanger, which, as you said, it's gonna lead to probably something good in season 5. But overall, I really enjoyed it because it was missing those weird storylines that I didn't really care for throughout the whole season. I like that it kind of left those alone, tied them up before we got to this part.
Yeah, I don't think and we've talked about it all season long. The storylines that we did not like, if they were to continue in season 5, I think I would have been upset.
Heavily. You know, that now that you mention it, that they dropped like some of the other plot threads. So in this finale, one of the ones I just realized right now is like, wow, they got rid of the Frenchie thing completely.
Yes.
And I think that's why I enjoy this a lot more. Mon coeur, what do I do with these demons inside me? And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want those. I don't want that. It was boring. And they got rid of it. And I think I enjoyed it a lot more. Also the Kimiko one too. I didn't like the Kimiko one either. The one with the...
Just say you hate Frenchco.
I like Frenchco together, and if like their plot threads together, I don't like them isolated by themselves dealing with their own subplots, which is where they were the weakest, I feel like. Because yeah, the whole thing with Frenchie and Colleen, and then Kimiko and the other person, the other friend with the scar on her face.
Let's just call the group. Whole group.
Yeah, like them isolated by themselves. Every time those plot lines showed up, and even Huey's to an extent, I'm like, damn, man, can we bring the boys back together? Because I feel like they're strongest when they're like an ensemble cast playing off of each other, versus you go do your own thing, you do your plot thread over there. That's just me. I like it when they're together, and I think that's part of the reason why the finale worked.
What you literally just described, though, is how it ends. They're not together.
Yeah, no.
They're
So season 5 might be mid. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah. Let's talk about the journey, how we got here, what brought us here. So yeah, let's kick things off. First things first. It is hilarious how they just don't give an F anymore about, is this show about us? When they open up with the bot news and like, hi, it's January 6th. And I mean, just from there, I don't know how anybody could watch this show and not know who this is about. Like, it's too on the nose at this point.
Do you feel like it was more clever when the veil was more shrouded in mystery, or do you think it's on the same nose where now that it's out there, like you're right, it is on the nose. They're saying January 6th.
I like when they tread the line of, is it about these group of people or is it not? So I like when they tread the line and it's like,
is it? I don't know.
Like, you know, they're touching the water with their toes. Yes, it is. Yes, all soup lives matter. Yes, it is. Which was another ad in the beginning of this. I mean, it's funny. I do appreciate though when they try to be a little more subtle with it, but it's funny nonetheless. Did you catch the whole canceling of the A-Train movie?
Oh yeah, because was it a play on the Flash?
No,
right?
No, not the Flash.
It wasn't?
You don't remember what movie they cut at Warner Brothers?
Oh, Batgirl. Oh, I thought it was, I guess it was a mix of both, like because of the tax write-off comment, I thought, oh yeah, Batgirl, but also because it was the reshoots of the reshoots of the reshoots, I thought maybe it was also referencing the Flash.
I mean, yes, but no, when they said that that tax write-off line, I was like, oh, there it is.
It's been canceled. It's done.
I think it's funny that they give us a check-in opening like this. But I guess more important news, on VOT News, Singer is about to be sworn in. This kind of sets up the premise of the episode. Singer is about to be sworn in. Therefore, Victoria Newman is the VP elect, and it's time we get the ball rolling on Homelander's plan to usurp the throne and the presidency and assassinate the president. Very timely, the boys. Coincidence? Amazon Prime says no, but
we'll say problematic.
What do we always say though? Too, we say art imitates life.
Goodness,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess. I guess that is.
I mean, it's just again, we're really
The
on
timeliness
the nose here.
is there, right? The
It's
timeliness,
uncanny.
right.
Just throwing that out there.
It almost makes you think.
Oh no,
Stop,
it doesn't make me think anything like that. I'm just like
timely. I don't know what's going
it's like
on.
The Simpsons. The Simpsons do a good job of predicting stuff.
It almost makes you think about the Simpsons. All right. Anyways.
Did you lose me or did I lose you?
Oh, I think we lost you,
Oh,
but you're here.
okay.
You almost got
All
lost
right.
in the rabbit hole.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's check in with the boys. Let's see what the boys are doing. They got the virus. It works from what we saw. Still not airborne, and they're gonna use it. The big plan is to take out Newman. Well, I'm like, I don't know why Newman's the big threat, but I guess. I don't think I ever understood that, why she was the biggest threat to them all.
I think because she was gonna be in a position of power versus. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll put that on me. I feel like it's something that I missed. Because my assumption was, oh, it's because she's gonna be in a position of power versus Homelander, who's just like a soup, like on his own. He has no power in the government or a body of government. So I think that's what it was, but I feel like I missed something on that.
Well, I mean, she did kill all those people as the head popper.
Well, yeah,
way back when.
Yeah, she did. I just thought, the one psychopath you would want to get rid of, I felt like would be, this guy.
Yeah, I feel Homelander should be top tier,
right?
and then the 7, and then Vought, then Newman. I'm like, I feel.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you thinking, Miss Mad, about Newman?
I think it was just something that they held on to. Like, they're like, oh, she was a problem as like the head bopper, and then even though they kind of built almost like a relationship where they could maybe work together when they're on the farm, they're just like, oh, we're still gonna kill you. I feel like I might have missed something too, but it just felt like it was just carryover from what she did as a head popper.
I guess we'll have to take it as such, because I've been rooting for Newman, so I never been a fan of geez, protocol number 1, let's take her out. But they got the virus, they got it in a tranquilizer to be shot out of a sniper rifle, I guess. So that is the plan. Also, there's the attempt to assassinate the president. So that's going on. So let's check in here with Huey and Fake Light.
This was dumb.
Which part was dumb?
The whole concept of this fake Starlighter going, or I guess not Starlighter, but this fake Starlight. Did she have to do all this with him? For any reason?
That was to mind fuck him. Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I liked it, but when they said she was gone for 10 days, I was like, really, Huey? 10 days of someone impersonating the real Starlight? I might have liked it more if it was I was gone for 24 hours. Like that. That would have been better.
Well, I was surprised that it's been 10 days. I didn't realize there was a time lapse, really.
It didn't feel like it, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was a time lapse. So when they dropped that, I was like, oh, okay. It's also funny how Huey noticed all the things that were different. I guess it wasn't enough
Well, he noticed it at the end, kind of, right? Like,
well, he lists a bunch of things though.
right.
That he had noticed over time. Like he said, the finding of the keys, and
I think it's because I thought it was because it was like one odd thing, and that isolated by itself is like, oh well, that's different, but it doesn't make you suspicious. But then once the straw that broke the camel's back was the sweat, the furnace comment. It's like, hey, wait a minute, wait a second.
Wait a minute. Is Huey in the wrong?
No.
Does Starlight have a right to be mad?
Not at Huey. No, absolutely not. She does not. She has a right to be mad at the situation, I feel like, because that is just a frustrating thing to have to even think about or go through. But I felt like she was putting way too much blame on Huey, because her thing was, like, how did you know it was not me? How could you? And I'm here thinking, like, she had your memories, she had your voice, she had everything. She had everything. It was not just a physical appearance that she had of Starlight. It's not like Huey asked, hey, when's your birthday? And she's like, July 10th, I think.
Sure.
I don't know. I to me, that was too much to put on Huey. But I get the frustration. Just don't blame Huey for it.
Huey was violated 20 plus times.
Yeah, what about Huey saying this? Yeah, what about his?
She said, ain't no way, Huey. You liked it, didn't you?
20 times, I think. God.
It was all initiated by her.
Goodness.
Poor Huey can't catch a break. I mean, she forgave him, so.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't harp on it too long. That it was going to become its own plot thread. I was like, oh, is this the direction we're going? The strain. It didn't.
And actually, I feel it kind of moved quick. They got the assassination attempt over and done with relatively fast.
I thought it was going to be more like complicated, I think, or like more fleshed out, more planned out. Like, I didn't think it was going to be like, all right, now I'm doing it. And then she just starts wailing on everyone in the room.
Now, hold on. That little buildup was actually really funny, though. He's like, just look forward. Just look forward. It's Annie. It's Annie.
Huey, we gotta keep our cool.
And then with the whole ring bit, and he's like, wow, congratulations. And then boom, 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 boom. Yeah, she just starts going in. Yeah.
My thing is, like, what was the plan had she not been found out? I'm guessing just get close to Singer when no one's looking. Just get him.
No, literally, that would have been the plan.
I guess.
And okay, so here's where I start finding kind of the cracks in the armor. Starlight breaks out. She pulls her wrist in that nasty little wrist scene.
Why didn't you do this in the beginning?
Well, sure.
She's been gone for 10 days.
I think she's been at it.
They didn't show. No, they're implying that after those 10 days, she's like, you know what? We gotta do it. And she
found the strength. She found the strength.
I'm surprised it took her 10 days. That's all I'm saying. She should be weaker at that point too. No food, just water.
No, she gave her food. She gave her like those little Lunchables.
I thought it was water.
And she said, we're not. No, she gave her water and like Lunchables, and she said, the more you eat of those, the more likely you'll get a kidney stone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why keep her alive?
I think maybe she needs to be alive so she can borrow more of the DNA to shapeshift.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
because it starts peeling away.
Yeah, it starts peeling away. Yeah.
And also, like, if she like went through with the assassination, like in a public forum, she would still want to throw the real Starlight in jail, I assume.
Oh yeah, I think she did say that. She was like,
she did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
But no, the biggest grievance was we have no idea where this bunker is for Singer.
No idea.
And we have no idea where Starlight is in comparison.
Right.
And you mean to tell me she gets there in the nick of time after Kimiko's been taken out, and there's literally no one else to protect Singer.
She used Find My iPhone.
You mean to tell me anybody could have just walked in there with like no codes, no nothing?
I would think the signal will be blocked out. Like nothing can get in or out. So the fact that she said that, I'm like, is that a breach in security? I don't know.
It's weak. It's very weak. I did not like that. I was like, what are we doing? We're better than this.
It did pull me out for that bit. Yeah, I agree. The Starlight thing was kind of weird. How she found them.
Yeah. I'm not a fan how that went down. But hey, they saved Singer. Mission accomplished. Wasn't easy. I hate how they do Kimiko like that. I'm like, Kimiko could have put up a much better fight. They just like killing Kimiko in weird ways.
I feel like she's the punching bag of the series to an extent when it comes to these fights because of her regenerative capabilities. Because you know how in Dragon Ball Z, when they want to emphasize how powerful an enemy is, they'll put Piccolo in the forefront and they'll have the enemy chop off his arm or something because he can grow it back. Who cares? But whoa, look how powerful he is. He chopped off Piccolo's arm. Same with Kimiko. They will cut off her leg. They'll snap her neck. They'll have her fall out of a building like 30 stories and just smash into pudding just to come back. And I'm like, do we gotta do this every time? We
gotta do justice for Kimiko. Stop doing this.
She could have. I call massive. I think Kimiko could have taken out the fake Starlight.
Yes, she could have.
So when she got her neck twisted, I'm like, I don't believe that. I think Kimiko's way more adept at hand-to-hand combat than this shifter person. So I don't know. Do Kimiko justice.
Maybe she gets her little justice later on. Let's check in with our good friend Butcher, who's on death's door. He's knocking, having conversations with Kessler about, let me take over. Come on, let's go kill the Soups. Grace is here. We haven't seen Grace in a while. And this is where I start to get inklings of quote unquote bad writing.
The journey. I
didn't like this journey. So I like seeing Grace, but then you bring in Ryan, Ryan just left Homelander because Homelander scared the shit out of him, rightfully so. The whole I'm your father, not him.
Look at me.
Ryan, come here. That's an order. Ryan's been flippy floppy this whole season.
Yeah, I know we talked about it, and I think Dr. Mondo brought it up a couple times where it's like he is that kid that wants to please his mom, and he also wants to have a father figure. Like he wants his dad, his real dad, to be his dad. But I feel like they're too isolated, right? Like he never conflicts with them often because we saw those bits where, for example, with that, I think it was that other Ashley girl, the director, right, and the assistant, where it's like, oh, look at this. There's inklings of that Homelander psychopath bit, but then he never conflicts that directly with, yeah, but I don't want to be a monster. And so it's kind of like,
see them go up against one another.
Yes. How do you do this to someone but then say you don't want to be a monster and kill people? I feel like you're right. They don't conflict with each other. They're always isolated. And I feel like that's a problem. By the end of this season, I thought maybe they were going to do more with it and have them play with each other with like the ideas, but they don't. And so now I'm like,
And then same thing too with last episode where he was like doing the Vought Avenue Q bit. If you see something, say something.
Right? Yeah. He's flipped to the other side with that.
Correct.
Like, this is wrong.
Right.
This is wrong.
Right. And then Homelander scares him here. And it's like, he has that revelation. Homelander's obviously scary. It's like, what's going on, man? All the signs say you should just listen to whatever Butcher has to say and be done with it. And so I'm at a loss sometimes with Ryan.
But is it not a lot to ask you to like hurt your dad?
Okay, so
Like, is that not?
that was the big thing. Well, okay. Grace went about it terribly.
Yeah, it was bad delivery.
Butcher had him. You
Mhm.
know, Butcher said, what did he say? He said,
Oi.
if you feel safest at Vought Tower, because it's all about keeping him safe, I'm not going to stop you. He was giving him the opportunity to make the choice.
That was
You
that
know?
middle ground he needed.
Right.
Yeah,
And it wasn't an order.
it was
You
not
know,
an order.
Homelander's trying to give him orders, you know? And then Grace, I forget how Grace kind of led into this. Butcher said you need to go with Grace. And then Grace just
Yeah.
lost her mind.
I feel like she didn't lose her mind. I feel like
She lost her marbles. That's
she-
the most unkept she's ever been.
She was getting desperate. She saw because she mentioned her grandkids too. She was like, listen, if you leave, Ryan, it is over. Like, the country is done. I feel like it was a sign of desperation. I think that's what they were trying to emphasize from her character. Like, someone as well kept and calm as her at the final hour is like kind of losing it. I feel like she didn't go crazy. She got desperate. She's like, Ryan, you can't leave, Ryan. You can't. And he's like, no.
And honestly, I was like, Grace, you gotta move. You need to step out of the way or you're dead. I was thinking the whole time, it's the push.
It's
It
the
was gonna be
push,
the
yeah,
push.
yeah. It was.
Yep.
It was never gonna sell with what she was doing, with how she was doing it. I was like, oh man, Ryan's gonna kill her by accident. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, so it is again. It is a lot to ask to kill your dad.
I guess.
And he's still not there yet as far as seeing all the atrocities of Homelander. I guess he is not privy to it.
Which is like,
It's weird.
I didn't like that either. How it was almost too hard to believe when, and I guess it goes back to the delivery of Grace, the way she's telling Ryan. But it's like, Ryan, you've seen what he's done. Like, you've seen how he is, his temperament, his mannerisms. And now that she's telling you all these other things that he's done, for some reason he's drawing the line there. Like, no, that's impossible. I get that's his dad, but he is afraid of him and he's seen what he's done. I don't know. It's, again, I think in a better written season 4, you would get more believability with how Ryan could jump from seeing the things that his dad did to maybe drawing the line with Grace saying, no, my dad would never do that. I think it's possible you can write it to make me believe it, but I didn't see that here.
Yes.
With his character.
Right. So ultimately, I'm not big. We'll do a recap when we get to the end of this pod, but I'm not here really for the Ryan story, and I have no idea where it's going. Well, we'll come back. Ryan killed Grace.
Ryan's
And-
MIA.
Say what?
Ryan's MIA.
Oh,
You don't
He's
know where he
MIA. Yep, we don't know where he went. Last little bit before we check in with Vought and crew. We mentioned it a little bit. Frenchco's back. Frenchco.
dumb.
Ooh.
Why do we need a whole season to get back here again?
Honestly, I had no idea we were coming back to this.
I didn't know we were coming back to this, but the fact that we came back to it, I'm like, did you need a whole season to do this? We had 3 seasons already leading up to this.
And it was great.
And it was great. But they had to have their detours. Plot threads, plot lines, subplots.
It was a terrible detour because I had no idea that it would ever come back to this.
I thought this was the last place it was coming back to, given the direction that they went with those subplots.
Correct.
How do we end up back here?
Because it just needed to happen, given the end, which apparently is a tearjerker. We'll get there.
I like how Kimiko told Starlight with the emojis on the phone. She did the French flag and the love emoji. I'm like, oh. And she knew right away. She's like, oh my God.
I like Kimiko and Starlight's friendship. I do like that.
I do. Yeah, it's nice.
Always been a fan of that. So it was cute. It's cute. And then now we got the let's go get NEUMAN. Let's get her on our side. We'll come back to her real quick, but I do like the Huey quote of, if we're gonna win against monsters, we gotta start acting like humans. I was like, eat, Huey, eat. Making sense.
Sure.
Sound effects.
What is that what people do?
Like the hard crunch.
Is that what people say? Is that hard
no,
crunch?
It's
Huey?
a TikTok sound. It's like
Oh.
me when Huey was saying, like, we want to fight against monsters. It's like,
Because that's eating.
yeah.
Quit being a boomer. You understand it.
Yeah. It's really casual if I can just say these things and you guys can just pick up and get it.
I got it
No,
immediately.
you didn't.
Yes,
You
I
never heard
did.
that before in your life.
I did. I knew immediately. You're the one saying, eating crunch apple? What?
Whatever.
Back in my day.
Whatever. Let's go check in with Homelander and Vought, where we have the hostile takeover is beginning. Like we had the Vought news. We mentioned Homelander scaring the crap out of Ryan. Homelander is just really unhinged now. I just don't think he doesn't much think.
Does not.
He just very much acts. And hopefully it goes for the best. I think he's got enough intimidation that everything will just fall in place. Because that's what we got here. So on the NEUMAN show, we got the equivalent to an outing. I kind of like how this went and played. You just had, NEUMAN saying a lot of good stuff. And then Homelander's just like, just come out and say it. Victoria NEUMAN is a superhero. He said superhero too. I thought that was weird. Yep, she has power. She's like, that's so nice of you, Homelander. I think a lot of people might call me a superhero. It's like, no, just say it. And then what does he do?
I didn't rewind it. Did he like laser her in her face?
He lasered her.
In her face?
He lasered her on the arm.
Oh, on the arm. Okay. And she didn't get hurt from it.
She didn't get hurt.
Her eyes were like glowing though.
She tried to pop him.
Oh, she did?
I think she tried to pop him.
Is that what happened?
Or it could have been like a defense mechanism where, like, for her to stay safe, she has to like activate that part of her power, which like rolls her eyes over, glosses them.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think she tried to like kill him. Because if she did, I guess Homelander didn't feel anything because we saw no reaction from him.
Her eyes definitely rolled.
They
so
did. They did. Yeah.
And that would have happened on national TV, and that would have ended horribly for her, which I feel like she was somewhat optimistic still. I don't know.
I don't know. I took that as I was ready for her just to pop him at that point. Like, he outed her. What does she have to lose at this point, But this little Homelander little aftermath after this went down, he had two really good like little lashing out. Actually, I guess at Newman both times. He said, "It's a new world, baby, with new rules, and we're on a train to it. And you're on it."
I like that call.
I liked it too. He's done. He's done.
He's done.
I don't think this coming back.
He's done with
Not
the
that I ever thought
facade.
that was coming back.
Yeah,
But I
no.
like this. Yeah, I mean the train's full throttle. Because also, yeah, because of this, they said we got to take out Vought's enemies, and she's like, "Don't you know that means you got to take out Vought's enemies?" And he's like, "Of course I knew that." No, he
Actually,
didn't.
get me a list. Oh
He needs-
man.
And- oh, go ahead, Ms.
Oh,
Maggie.
I don't know. He needs like someone like seriously helping him because he's just acting really reckless. Like he cut the brakes on the train and he's just gonna ride it until he either gets to his destination or blows up. He doesn't care.
I mean, he doesn't even have his milk to calm him down.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Mm.
in their little meeting, that those heart palpitations start getting to her.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came out of nowhere.
Scoot down.
You're coughing all over me.
All over me. Further.
Oh man, I kind of felt bad for her a little bit. Like she was about to cry.
No,
she was about to cry. She was about to cry.
Didn't feel bad. Didn't feel bad.
Wow,
That's what she wanted.
It's called being a monster.
That's what she wanted. That's literally what she wanted.
She did not want that,
She wanted to breastfeed the man.
but she did not want to be treated like that.
What did she think was gonna happen?
Not that. That's not
dumb.
what she
She's
wanted.
Dumb. She's dumb. She got.
You
what she
could call her
deserved.
dumb, but that's not what she wanted.
I
She
didn't
was
feel bad.
naive.
Naive,
Like,
that's
what it
what
is.
happened.
But
Right.
she's also dumb.
Wow.
I don't feel no sympathy for her.
Wow.
I do. She's hurting herself to please a psychopath.
That's a problem. Well, fine when you put it like that.
Oh wow.
The real world parallel of people in abusive relationships hurt themselves to please others and stay in the relationship. So she
There
still
you
did
go.
it to herself.
Terrible.
I don't
Problematic.
know.
Well, they come up with the list to start taking out people like KGB style, but like 100 times not covert.
Shouldn't Ashley be
Um,
on this list?
This is like the smartest thing A-Train ever said. I mean, the Deep ever said.
Right. Right. Oh god, the Deep has just been getting on my nerves like the last season.
Well, I
'Cause-
feel he's just here. He's a lackey.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're trying to make me feel bad for him or not. It's weird. Cause I mean, you had the whole thing with the octopus in the last episode. And it built it up like I'm supposed to feel sorry for him. But then he's going around doing stuff like this. Tell me I'm smart. Tell me I'm the smartest person on the 7. That's all I needed. And then he punches the person, kills them. I hope he gets just what he deserves. I hate him.
Yeah, he's pretty deplorable. Yeah.
He is.
But I mean, going back to this abusive relationship, if you're in the 7th, you have somewhat of an abusive relationship with Homelander.
I feel like
'Cause-
part of him enjoys it. I don't know.
Well, he gets a hard on, remember? That's what he taught Black
Oh,
Noir.
right. The murder boner.
And he's, did you kill Ashley? Yeah, I just killed Ashley. He's like, not that Ashley.
Bro, not that one.
Bro, there's so many fucking Ashleys.
Oh, man.
That was funny. Their little comedy shtick is stupid, but it's funny.
It is. It is.
Murder boner.
Dumb.
But Ashley, she does probably a smart thing to do. If you're in Vought Tower and they're out here murdering everybody,
Who
and
could
you
hurt them?
right,
And she was CEO.
right, would you do what Ashley did?
No. What I would have done was run away with A-Train, who was my original out in last week's episode. why is she just now afraid of her life and souping herself up with V? I thought her staying was kind of her punishing herself for all the things that she did by not going with A-Train, because maybe she realized I'm just as much of a monster as those people on the 7 because I put them there and I condoned their deplorable actions. But then now that the you know, it's the final hour and it's like, all right, Ashley, it's coming. She's like, oh, wait, no. And she goes, soups herself up. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to know what she turned into, I guess, but.
Your guess is as good as mine. I think she probably turned into some blob monster. That's what I was getting from it.
It was giving
yeah,
the leader from
well, that's if her brain enlarges.
I saw her skull like contracting a little bit.
or what Toasty was saying in one of the episodes about how there's like those really like outwardly scary like superheroes that look just terrifying. I feel like it's like she's never gonna pass as like a human. I feel like she's gonna get like that type of karma.
If they do that to Ashley, I'll be sad for her. I like Ashley. She's funny.
Yeah, I think Ashley did the best thing that she could have done out of her options. Yeah, she could have run, but how far was she gonna get? And she's like,
A-Train would have taken her anywhere.
But A-Train's gone.
He's gone now.
She would have been gone with him. I don't know. I
mean, but it's the fear that's instilled by Homelander in this hostile takeover. I think she felt she couldn't escape. She would have ran with A-Train, but I think she thought they would have found her. You know, that's why she was like, don't forget to take your chip out. Because, you know, she's worried that they'll find them.
Mm-hmm. Do you think she did it? Oh.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, do you think she did it more because she wanted to be like, oh no, like I'm a superhero now too, like it's fine, like I'm not gonna throw you, or because she wanted to defend herself?
She wanted to defend herself.
I bought it as a defense. Yeah, but that would be interesting because Ashley's smart to a degree. Maybe that could be the angle that she tries.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah,
Homelander's not above killing other soups though.
He's not. But if she gets like a really useful power, maybe that's the gamble too. Like she's like, oh, if I make myself really useful and I turn myself into a soup that can be used by Homelander, I don't know. He might keep me around.
I mean, his team's pretty stacked.
He only got 2 members on his team.
He's also got. Well, we'll come back to Sage.
Oh yeah, Sage. Yeah.
He's got that one girl who we hate from Gen V.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty OP. We'll come back to her.
Yeah.
The hostile takeover's happening. The elimination's happening. He pops off on Victoria again, talking about, I will send you a piece of Zoe every single year. And she believed it. I believed it too.
I'm like, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
like,
coming from him.
I'd only not believe it because I think he would just laser her dead on sight.
Yeah, honestly, I think he would think to send a piece, and then the moment he tries to send her a piece, he just accidentally does too much.
He just does the whole with the eyes cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man!
And it was enough to make Vicky flip, call Huey, and they're gonna set this up. We're gonna make things right. But on the other side of the world, Butcher, having witnessed Ryan kill Grace, I think Butcher's over it.
Yep.
As the next scene would imply. What'd you think was about to happen when Butcher came in there?
Like just when he appeared, or after he said no deals?
No. Okay. He looks at Joe, right? And then, the next scene, he walks in. Oi!
Okay. He was
what
there.
What do you think he's about to do?
He's there to be a problem. As to what extent, I didn't know in that moment, but the fact that he looked at, this is after Ryan killed Grace, and Ryan was his last anchor holding him down for not going through with, who's the CIA guy that is in his head?
Joe Kessler.
That Ryan was the anchor preventing him from adopting that persona.
Oh, you're right, because he said, that's why I have faith.
That's why
that little guy.
Exactly. Yeah. And after the scene with Ryan, you see him look at Kessler in the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's done. Whatever scene he comes out next in, it's full Kessler. It's full Kessler. And so when I saw him in that scene, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's here to be a problem. And he was a problem.
Miss Mad, what did you think about to happen to Billy Butcher when
I wasn't ready for anything bad to happen, honestly. I feel like Butcher was being the good guy in his like souped up CIA hotel room, and I thought he was still battling Joe and still trying to opt out to be something good. And even if he did come in there to like wreak havoc, I thought like Huey like being like, please, like, trust me, like using like Lenny and all of that, I thought it maybe would have worked and it would have rounded out to be something good, and I did not see that happening at all.
I think it was the moment where he grasped Huey's shoulder and tossed us in, and I was like, oh no, what's about to happen? Also, Butcher probably needed to hear that forgiveness speech that Huey gave earlier. I think that would have probably been beneficial. Like we've been saying, this whole season has been kind of about confronting your past. And, all the while we've been saying this, hardly any of the characters have actually forgiven themselves, for their misdeeds and their whatnot. So now that, I think, honestly, that theme comes full circle here, because Butcher was not in half those conversations. So I did not. I don't even know how to describe this.
I thought it would have been more cool.
You know what it looks like? It looks like freaking Parasite, the hormone. Parasite, the Maxim. The anime.
The anime?
Yes.
I guess.
Tentacles with sharp blades coming out of them.
It wasn't sharp. It was just straight up tentacles, wasn't it?
No, some of them had sharp blades.
Oh, I thought it was just tentacles. I didn't get Parasite, the Maxim vibes.
Well, it's a parasite actually. I
guess.
No deals.
And indeed, there were no deals.
He was tired of it. God damn, it was easy too.
It was. I'm surprised she didn't put up more of a fight with that.
How do you put up a fight against that?
Use the head popping ability that you have. Unless, did he cover her eyes or did he?
He did cover her eyes.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay. I need to rewatch that scene. So then it is confirmed that she needs, I guess, direct contact or something, or like she needs to see who she's doing it to. I
think she doesn't need to necessarily see, but I think if she doesn't do a focused, concentrated blast, who knows how big it could be.
Okay.
She might hit Zoe.
Because her eyes did cloud up, right? In this scene, I'm pretty sure it did.
I want to say yes. I would think she tried to pop something off, but the moment he definitely covered her eyes, so
okay.
I don't think like it was like a for sure shot for her to kind of defend herself.
Right. I don't like that she died, to be honest.
I don't like that she died either. I was sad to see NEUMAN go.
Yeah.
That was sad.
I mean, it was sad, but like for me, a person with those abilities you consider extremely OP. And my biggest thing with it was like, if we ever have to face her, how do you take someone like that out? Because that's a powerful ability. She just looks at you, and boom, nothing in an instant. So I don't like that. It was just Butcher came in and tentacled her up into the ceiling and then ripped her apart. I don't know. That for someone with abilities like that and the way Neuman as a character was, I don't like that she went out like that. She could have definitely put up a fight. I think she could have with powers like that, but I guess she had to go.
And she could have put up a fight in terms of politics on like the boys' side.
Yeah, I think that would have been interesting.
On the other side, and
yeah,
I feel like honestly for me, when A-Train was flipping to the boys, like you guys also mentioned, I was really afraid it was gonna lead to something like him getting killed off or like bad karma coming back for him, like flipping sides. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is Neuman, like she's finally here ready to work. And I feel like she got the karma that I was fearing for A-Train.
Oh, all the built up karma. Wow, you know what?
Yeah.
Well,
that makes sense.
To what you're saying, you know, because Butcher, he's now just, because there was a point in this scene, you know, he's obviously about to rip Neuman in half, but you know, the tentacles they don't go for anybody other than Neuman, and knock out her bodyguard, and I think knocked out
Zoe.
What's her name?
Zoe.
Yeah. And then it was almost going for Kimiko and Starlight, because this is Kessler, who is like
all
Butcher's,
soups. Right,
all soups.
Yeah.
And I think Butcher, the little bit of Butcher in this moment stopped it. So with that said, you know, if Homelander was in this room, all that energy would have been directed at Homelander, and I think Neuman would have walked away. But Neuman, being the most problematic soup in the room, just got the, you know, the shit end of the short straw, you know?
No deals.
So it does feel like misplaced. Like, you point Butcher in a better direction, yeah, he's probably ripping Homelander in half, but Neuman was the only one there.
Do you think he actually could rip Homelander in half?
I don't know, but I imagine those things could put up a fight.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's also like, because Homelander's so strong, is it because that would be his number one target because that's a greater threat, or because he's such a threat he can't multitask or anything at all? Because it would consume all of him to attack Homelander.
Oh yeah, no, if Homelander was in the room, he's probably like
lasering everything.
State.
Yeah,
like, you better leave, because he's just gonna start leveling everything. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they could have used Neuman. Butcher didn't want to listen.
I think you have
finale sprinkle.
I think you have a more interesting season finale. If you want to kill her off in season 5, be my guest. But I think Neuman on the chessboard makes a potential season 5, which is the final season, more interesting. I feel like killing her here, like what Miss Mad said, it's kind of just giving her the karma that was meant for A-Train, and to be honest, I feel like it was here just for shock value. Like, we gotta have someone big die, and it had to be Neuman. So I don't know.
Not too big on it. Yeah, no, definitely sad about it. Fun fact, her and Huey date in real life.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Really?
So she's alive like that.
I guess.
Yay for love.
Yes, we'll take it. But man, so what? Butcher's like, you're welcome. You're bloody welcome.
He did.
I guess.
He did.
And if I were you, I'll get on out of here. And he was right. I I'm not even sure how this really went down. What happened to Singer? Why did this new guy get elected? They called for a revote, right?
Oh, because according to Sister Sage's plan, I guess, that she had, and again, maybe something that I missed because I don't know how we get from point A to point B, but point B is they blamed the assassination attempt on Singer. So they're saying Singer tried to get NEUMAN assassinated because he discovered that she was a soup. And then that caused the federal agents to arrest him and take him out of power as president.
Oh, he got arrested. Did I miss that?
Yeah, there were federal agents on the TV taking him away.
Wow.
So I don't know how they were able to pin it on him.
They had the video of him. If you just killed NEUMAN, like I told you.
But where'd they get that video? That was my thing. Like, did he actually say that? I don't remember.
He did say that. He said that. He said that early on this season.
Oh, like publicly, like on television, or
no? He was talking to the boys,
and they recorded him.
Somebody recorded it.
I see. That was my thing. I'm like, whose recording is this?
I don't.
Where did they get this video from?
Someone had a video of it, and I remember now that we're talking about it. Yeah, I don't know where. Yeah,
that was my confusion with it. I was like, how did this happen again? But either way, that's how he got dethroned, and now the seat is empty. And Sage comes in, and she's like, Sosuke, neither of you know about this, but she's like, Sosuke Aizen from Bleach has a plan for a plan for a plan. Backup plans to backup plans. This was my real plan all along.
Ooh, Bleach. Miss Mad, you know Bleach?
No.
Me neither.
Where's Hooper TV? He knows Bleach.
What? Us Grandmaster Hoop and Miss Mad Hoop ain't good enough for you?
Not for Bleach.
You need Hooper TV?
He's a round off. He'll understand this.
Got it. A plan within a plan. I do like the line with Sage where she was like, he's like, why'd you do all this? Because you let me. She's just bored.
Because I felt like it.
Because I could.
She's bored.
Imagine if Jimmy Neutron had this mindset.
Can you not? This is dumb. You have this weird obsession with Jimmy Neutron, who is just a failure as a freaking genius. He's a freaking failure. Stop comparing him to Dexter. Stop comparing him to Sage. No, get out of here.
Dexter was my next one.
Is he like Dexter? See, that would have been a better one. Dexter is competent.
Well, imagine if Dexter was given this power. Imagine Homelander giving Dexter this power. Homelander, you must let me into my laboratory.
Oh, God. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Homelander going up to Dee Dee, being like, Dee Dee, you need to leave Dexter's lab.
Look at me.
Ooh, see, it's funny. It's funny.
Wow.
But yeah, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, I like the idea that Sister Sage could have, like, thought this far through, but naturally in my head, like, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe it's, like, really trying to break down, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, you know, like, where you can go endlessly in a circle.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I, like, believe that and buy it. I don't know.
Well, what they skipped or did not give us was the big reveal of the heist, where we get to see what Sister Sage's plan was. Like, oh yeah, I knew if we brought NEUMAN in, and it like flashes back to the scene where she's talking to NEUMAN. I knew we could get her to be our scapegoat, and I knew, of course, that she'd be too fragile to admit that she's a soup. And knowing you and your ego, you were the perfect target for her to come on out just by you being stupid. You know, I feel she deserved a scene like that so we could see the machinations of her mind. Because so what you're saying, it really just came out as she could come. Imagine if she didn't come now and she came later in season 5 and said, this was all part of the plan.
You would not be able to handle Aizen from Bleach.
Is this what he does? Is this what he does?
It's literally what he does. Every time you think you figured out what to do with them, he's like, this was all according to plan. You fell right into my trap. I don't know. It's funny. It's funny how she thought this far ahead. And going to Miss Mad's point, it's like it makes you question, just like in Bleach, it makes you question, I don't know if I believe this person thought this far ahead. It's almost unbelievable. And then they explain to you why or how they thought this far ahead. And even then you're like, really though?
Yeah,
Did
because
you?
at that point, is her superpower smarts, or can she like see into the future? Because like this is so many variables that she knew what was happening.
This is Aizen.
It's quadruple dimension chess she's playing. I guess we have to take it at face value, which I don't necessarily like.
You don't like.
I don't like. Right. I'd much rather than break it down for me.
You want them to spoon feed you.
Yeah, or I'd rather them say like, this didn't go according to plan, but once something happens, I can like readjust my plan rapidly, quickly, and like.
Yeah, because Sage didn't account.
Pivot.
She didn't account to be blasted in the head by MM during that big meet at Tech Knight's place.
Or maybe she saw it as an opportunity to enact her plan to get NEUMAN on board. So in that
she got blasted in the head. She's a vegetable at that point, a walking vegetable.
Right. So she knew someone was gonna try and break in at Homeland. What? How come? Okay, yeah. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate at this point.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Chicken and egg. You never know how far back it could go.
Oh man.
But hey, if this was her master plan, it seems to be working. A new age of superheroes begins. Make America super again. Is this show about us? They move quick.
They move quick. I'll be honest, with the marketing, like with your background with Homelander, with the confetti, and my background with like the Riot Squad and everything, that was pre-marketing for season 4. And I feel like we didn't get a lot of that.
Oh, no, they didn't capitalize on that.
Yeah,
no.
And I don't want to hear the excuse like, oh, well, that's what season 5 is about. They're going to do it in season 5 because now he's in power. But this was marketing for season 4, not 5. And I thought we would see more of that political chaos with Homelander initiating a lot of it. That's why I thought the trial that they skipped over in the first half, it was going to be more of a plot line throughout the rest of the season, because you would have more opportunities for stuff like this and in your background. But I don't know. Mixed messaging, at least for me, on the direction this season went in. Because I think this and your background would have been fun to see how he does this.
Agreed. I think they definitely did not. I feel they just kind of they gave you sprinkles versus a cake. You know,
yeah.
If we wanted to make the political parallel, they really could have gone all in. They skipped the trial. They had that one riot moment. The little bits of the political parallel that we got in season 3, I thought were better in that one. You know, like when we slowly start watching people become Homelanders. Homelander's right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like,
those were good. Those were good.
Yeah, those were good, because and then it gradually built to them like doing protesting and rallies. We only saw that once here, because once the trial was over, I don't think we saw it again.
Yeah,
we saw the trial, and then we had that fake firecracker thing that got Starlight to beat her up on TV.
Yeah, and I feel like that was more like a civil disagreement between like two people versus like factions. Like this is a riot squad behind Homelander. I thought it was gonna be like political uprisings. You had riots in the streets, people fighting each other, and like you said, you only really get that in the trial, and even then it was like one episode.
Yes.
I don't know.
Kind of wasted.
Yeah.
They might be like hoping to spin it some way, maybe in season 5, bring it back to this, because they're like, maybe like 2024 is election year. If we just hold out on some of these ideas.
Oh, they didn't want to incite anyone to...
Yeah, or like really like pull from like U.S. history, like once it's done. I don't. That's the only thing I could imagine, like why they didn't, and like maybe it's like him trying to like overtake the government and like I don't know, some type of support like that, and like kind of bring back the political aspect.
Maybe on the writing floor, when they were still writing this season, they realized how close to home they'd be hitting if they wrote it. And they're like, listen, that's election year. Maybe we shouldn't give people ideas on how a tyrant like Homelander could ascend to power.
And they were actually afraid that they were empowering people to go out and do some dumb stuff.
Maybe because like look at this, look at these backgrounds. This was the marketing for season 4. I feel like there's a draft somewhere of season 4 that capitalizes on these images, and I think maybe the writers second guess themselves. They're like, I don't know, this might cause problems.
Life imitates art. Life can imitate art,
and that would explain the some of the mismatch of the writing throughout the season, because it was their second draft. They're like, damn it, we can't use this golden ticket, this golden draft. We gotta write the silver play now.
Are you saying some of them were 10 toes down to go all in on the political satire?
Yes.
And then the other ones were like, whoa, wait a minute, wait. Probably maybe Amazon came in and said, whoa, listen, these people still use our product. Okay,
we can't
you don't get a show without their sales.
We can't make it a home run, but we can make it a double, and we leave it at that.
Maybe in the final season they'll just go balls to the walls because it's their last season, so who cares?
And they'll be able to pull from everything that happens this year too.
Oh, God,
yeah,
geez. They could, or they could just capitalize on what really they think the future might look like if this continues down this path.
They could.
Yeah.
It just comes at the cost. It comes at a cost.
Wait, what's the cost?
This season is the cost.
Oh, yes, correct. This season capitalizes with a final what's the name of that song? Black Hole Sun. Is that the name of that song?
Nirvana. Nirvana. Yeah, Heart-Shaped Box from Nirvana.
Oh, I never knew Nirvana did Heart-Shaped Box. Okay.
Someone's checking your internet points when we post this. What the fuck does he mean? He doesn't know Heart-Shaped Box.
Funny enough, I think Heart-Shaped Box is on Guitar Hero 1.
Wow. Someone's gonna check your watch.
They can check me. Come for me. To Heart-Shaped Box, we get the hostile takeover. Very much plays out like the end of a Godfather film, where instead of people dying, they just take everybody out.
Right.
So we get Huey and Starlight get a boat dropped on them.
We don't know. Well, was it that Magneto guy?
So I didn't remember him. Apex was telling me he's from season 2. He was at Red River.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you know what? Yeah.
Like he was one of the really bad ones that was locked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he just they let him free, right?
Yeah, because Homelander, now that he's in power, because the one of the sitting people that's president supports him. His whole thing was martial law.
Martial law, yeah.
And they were going to basically deputize a bunch of soups. Right. So I guess let loose the psychopaths too, like this guy. And yeah, he just... I don't know why they picked him of all people, but sure, I guess people will recognize him from season 2! And they just put him in there.
I think they forgot how far season 2 was ago.
Yeah.
It was a good couple of years.
It's been a minute.
I recognize.
I had no idea who he was.
I knew we've seen him before. I just didn't know from where.
I was high-key confused.
I don't remember that being their power. But
like controlling metal?
Magnets? Right? Or metal?
Was it metal? Or was it something else? Because I feel like that would kind of steal
from
the Gen V, Andre.
Yeah,
his power. I know, because we don't really see many.
Andre does
crossover,
have that power.
So it could be like telepathic mind control. It
might be then telekinesis, maybe,
yeah,
like lift up
something
objects.
Of that nature.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
It could be. Still didn't recognize him, but Huey gets captured. Just when Starlight gets her powers back, he says, rightfully so. She runs. She flies.
She flies. Spider-Man 2!
Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, she didn't have her powers because she was questioning herself.
Yes. She got over her Spider-Man 2 phase. Yes.
And she flew away. She Iron Man'd out.
Yeah, she flew like hella fast. I'm like, damn.
I didn't know she could fly like I knew she could fly, but I didn't know she could like
not like
Iron Man her way.
Supersonic, yeah.
Yeah.
What was this? Where was this all season?
Where was this ever? I don't. She's never done it like that before.
To this day, I don't even really understand how Starlight's powers work, and I'm not gonna try to. I'm just gonna take them for what they are, I guess. Runs into his mortal enemy.
Why him? Like, you see what I mean? How dumb this was? Like, the Wiener monster.
Him?
The Wiener
Because
monster.
He just probably supports Homelander.
But what? This was the same one. This was the same guy that like tried choking him with it in the season that he met him. You know what
correct.
What? It just seems too coincidental for the sake of a gag. Like, oh, remember when this happened to MM a couple seasons ago? I'm like, well, yes, I remember.
He also showed up in whatchamacallit?
Gen V?
In Herogasm.
Yeah. Okay.
He was there in Herogasm.
Okay. I don't know.
So they have a track record.
I just didn't know why. MM was not in Herogasm, but their mindset is, hey.
No, MM showed up at Herogasm.
Did they encounter each other at Herogasm?
Yeah.
I
saw someone posted on Twitter.
Oh, I would need to check that. I honestly don't remember. It felt coincidental to send the Wiener monster soup after MM because he was the one that had experience with the Wiener monster. I don't know.
It was like fitting because I feel like MM was the #1 person to be like anti any of that, like, you know, with his OCD, is it that he battles with, and like,
oh yeah,
just like needing hand sanitizer, and
this was the grossest person to pit against.
Yeah, to be the most like grossed out by that encounter, I know it would be MM.
Like how it just slaps him. Oh my god,
it's quite gross.
Yeah, and when we're talking about Huey and Starlight getting the boat dropped on them,
yeah,
I did find out who the character was. It's actually Cindy, and she is actually telekinetic.
Okay.
Like, it's a female and telekinetic.
Oh,
not
female.
Metal, which I kind of thought, because I was like, that would steal Andre's.
Right.
So.
Okay.
And she's from Sage Grove. That's where they found Lamplighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
whole encounter.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Starting to come back now. I haven't watched season 1 and 2 in forever, so
It's been
maybe
a
it's time I
minute.
rewatched. Yeah. Good find. Good find.
Yeah. I
Um,
recently rewatched it this year, so
You're fresh.
had to get ready for
Um,
this new season.
I think my favorite one though had to be the Kimiko and Frenchie. Because one, it's that bitch. What's her name?
I keep forgetting her name. I call her
Kate.
Kate. Because Sam just tosses Kimiko. I'm like, come on, Kimiko, please put up a fight, please. But his actual power is just strength. So he's not like that baseline
Yeah.
of soup strength. He has probably like really like up their strength compared to other.
Yeah. Yeah. She got her Caesar moment.
Wow, her Caesar moment. That's what you want to call it?
Tell me how it doesn't fit.
Who did it better?
That's harder. That you can't do.
No. That's Caesar. Come on.
One is out of anger and the other one's out of sadness. Two different coins.
It was beautiful. Because Frenchie couldn't hear her the first time she speaks.
Wow, was that what it was? Look at
Yes.
that.
And
That-
he couldn't
Wow.
hear her.
Wow.
Now I appreciate it a lot more. I didn't notice that detail.
Because y'all don't know what
No,
love is.
good thing I noticed it first.
Y'all
Yeah.
don't know what love is. You didn't notice nothing.
Mm.
You have to have been there. Fall on deaf ears.
Is this an autobiography?
Oh man, that
was a
nah,
good.
This scene was good. Like,
The destination was good. The journey wasn't.
yes, fair. And then what? Butcher is just.
Oi.
I feel bad for the next soup that runs into Butcher.
Yeah. Butcher, we just went through everyone's whole bit of what they're doing at the very end, and Butcher is just, oi, Homelander took me son.
And killed me bloody wife. Womp, womp, womp. Oh man. So that leaves what we might think is going on in season 5. Season 5 is slated for 2026. The Boys season 5 is not slated to start filming till mid 2025.
Right.
With that said, premiering mid 2025 will be Gen V season 2, which only makes me think, given that, you know, the connectivity of the two shows, Gen V season 2 is going to be more pivotal than season 1.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna show. It has to show more of that transition period for Homelander ascending power and how that affects, like the school, I guess maybe, and their society. Because like they said, that usually, at least for now, Gen V is supposed to act as a bridge between the seasons.
Right.
So I'm curious. I hope they do better than season 4 overall in terms of the writing, but yeah, I guess we do get Gen V season 2 next year.
Yeah. So we'll never be looking to quench our thirst for the boys. Very smart, I think, doing it like that. Where do you think Starlight is going?
I don't know, just
Find A Train.
oh yeah.
Be smart.
Find the soups that will align with you. Yeah.
That leaves Maeve too.
I thought, didn't she die? I thought she died.
No, Maeve is alive.
Where is she?
She's in hiding.
Is that what happened? I thought she tackled. I thought she tackled. What's his name?
did.
Soldier Boy, and he detonated,
did.
and she survived.
She did. She survived.
Okay.
Mavis status is alive.
See, this is why these seasons need to be yearly. I can't be waiting 2 years between these seasons. I forget stuff like this. This is dumb. Oh,
The
God.
world thinks she's dead, but she's alive.
Okay, she's alive, but we don't know where she is. Oh, wait, you know what?
And
no.
she lost her powers.
Okay, no. I remember now. Okay, yeah, she did lose her powers. So why is she gonna find Queen Maeve? She has no powers.
Maybe her powers came back.
Dumb.
Shoot her with more V.
Oh yeah, V solves everything. Just
Maybe
Oh.
Might
she's
be
gonna.
enough.
Maybe Starlight's gonna team up with Ashley. Who knows?
I
oh
don't think she knows
Ashley.
about Ashley. She does. I'm sure I would hope they know where A-Train is. That's probably where I'd go first. I
Yeah.
don't know if there's anybody else. The Gen V kids, obviously, but they don't know about them.
We don't know what's going on with them either. And I guess the Deep and Noir, like, are they gonna find Ashley? But because it kind of just ends with them not finishing their job.
I'm just trying to think who's an ally. They don't got anybody left.
They don't.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you just listed all the options.
Stan Edgar's still kicking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they didn't do anything with him. He had one
Yeah,
episode.
Everyone Stan Edgar loves is dead.
He's gonna
Right.
want revenge. He hates Homelander.
On Butcher, Butcher killed.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
technically,
Right.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no. Great.
I don't know how much help he's gonna give them.
Not much.
Man.
But he's still on the table as a card. I mean, we also had the post-credit scene, the mid-credit scene.
Oh, with Soldier Boy, man.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
I
I don't know what we're doing with this.
I really don't know. I know if he wakes him up, he's gonna. Soldier Boy hates him.
Correct.
So I don't.
Why did you have to grow up to be such a pussy?
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that guy. I guess we'll see. I like that he's back on the board as a player. I don't know what direction they're going with him.
It's just not looking good for the boys.
Right.
Ryan is still MIA.
Where did
Ryan
Ryan
is
walk
MIA.
off to?
He went to Coney Island to get the hot dogs.
That's where he went.
Yesterday was National Hot Dog Day. That had to be it.
Dumb.
And it really was International Hot Dog Day.
Ryan.
Look it up. So yeah, not looking too grim for the boys. Season 5, final season. Gen V season 2, we got that coming up. All right, let's go ahead. Let's wrap this up. Final thoughts on season 4 as a whole. I'm just gonna go ahead. It's not bad. It's not terrible, but it's definitely the worst. I've been saying this. Season 3 is peak, but the more we talked about season 4, it seems there was a disconnect in the writers' room from what they really were trying to accomplish here. Character-wise, the journeys of the characters themselves, they overshadowed the theme that they were, as Dr. Jace pointed out, the theme they were highlighting and where the story really could have capitalized on this. They really were trying to focus on the characters, I think. And it made a very uneven season for me. There's some good moments throughout.
You liked some parts of your steak, sir?
Yeah, I like the fatty pieces. I like put the Christ back in Christmas.
Oh, that remains, yeah, like a golden piece of the season.
I like stuff like that. I like if you hear something, say something. Your mom's working with Antifa. I like stupid boy stuff like that. But You know, there's again some things they nailed. I don't think Butcher's ever a miss. I think A-Train got his redemption, which I thought was done very well. And that might be it for me. That's me. Season 3's peak. Season 4's the worst.
I think most of what you said I would agree with. I think season 4 wasn't bad, but I genuinely feel like a lot of the side quests that they had the characters going on really had nothing to do with the main storyline, like at all.
Huey's dad.
Like totally remove Huey's dad, Colin and Frenchie, Kimiko and her storyline.
Don't even know her name.
Don't know her name. Nothing changes. And so I feel like that's like a negative in that aspect, but the scenes in main plot points that really match like the boys like previous seasons I did truly enjoy, but those other parts drag it down for me.
Yeah. I mean we've been saying this almost like throughout all of our episodes, like that disconnect that we've had with the season to an extent, because again it's not a bad season of The Boys. It's just those first 3 seasons are such a high caliber of damn, this is so good. So when you notice a dip in quality, I feel like it becomes that much more egregious. Not to the point where it's like, this is no Acolyte, okay? This is no, it's not. This is watchable. It still has its bits with, you know, put the Christ back in Christmas and all the boys gags that you expect. It's still there, but again, it's that journey. The Boys matches its journey with its destination, and I feel like at some point they got lost in the sauce with the journey. And they're like, no, let's just do the destination. We want to get here. And people are going to lose their minds when we get here. And people did. I mean, this was a pretty bombastic finale. A lot of, you know, what the hell moments. But God, I'm worried now about season 5. Season 5 could be amazing. It could be the best season. But I don't know. Season 4 has me worried. It even has me worried about Gen V season 2. I don't know. But maybe those are 2 different writing staffs. So I don't know.
With that said, we have faith in the boys.
Look.
We'll see what they do. Whether your faith has been skewered a bit, there's faith still there. I have faith in that boy. Little bit of ounce of faith to get us through. We'll get Gen V next year, season 5, and the finale, the final season, 2026. But that is it from us here at the table on The Boys. Season 4. We covered just about every episode of season 4, so if you need to go back and listen to them, go ahead. But hey, we thank you for all your support and listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen. Your support on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube with DrJaceAttorney. And of course, if you ever want to pop off with us, please join the Discord link below. We'll gladly sound off. But that is it from us here at the table, talking about The Boys. I'm your Yonko host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, DrJaceAttorney, and the worst generation, Miss Man. How shall we close this?
Heart-shaped books. I don't know. Oi.
Oi, Huey. Homelander done became president of the United States. And my son hates me. Womp womp.